Have you ever suddenly felt a strange restlessness deep inside your heart? A restlessness with no clear reason? Everything looks normal from the outside, but inside, something is quietly changing. You sit among people, yet your heart feels somewhere else. You try to sleep at night, but your mind keeps thinking nonstop. And the strangest part is that even you cannot fully understand what is happening inside you. Sometimes we think it is just stress or emotional exhaustion. But not every restlessness is anxiety. Some restlessness is actually pushing a person's soul toward a new direction. Maybe God is quietly removing old attachments from your heart. Maybe He is preparing you for a new blessing. And maybe that is why you no longer feel the same as before. Have you ever noticed how the things that once made you happy no longer bring the same peace, the same people, the same routine, the same life, yet the excitement inside your heart feels gone? At first, a person becomes confused. They start wondering, what is happening to me? But sometimes this is not sadness. Sometimes it is a spiritual shift. Sometimes God slowly begins detaching your heart from the things you became too emotionally connected to. Because when a new blessing is close, old comforts begin losing their hold on you. This process is not easy. The heart feels empty. The person feels emotionally lost. But maybe this emptiness is making room for a new beginning. And maybe right now, God is quietly changing the priorities of your heart. There are seasons in life where nothing seems to change on the outside, yet inside, everything is changing silently. You no longer react the same way. Things that once disturbed you deeply now feel less important. And some things suddenly begin feeling meaningless without any obvious reason. This transformation is often very quiet. So quiet that even the person themselves does not notice it immediately. But the truth is that God often works in silence, not noise. Sometimes before a blessing arrives, God internally transforms a person's heart. He changes their mindset. He increases their emotional strength. He makes them spiritually mature. And strangely, these silent seasons are often the moments where a person feels the most confusion. Because they can feel change happening, but they cannot understand why. And maybe this hidden transformation is becoming the beginning of your new life. Sometimes a person prays sincerely, waits, hopes, yet nothing changes quickly. And that waiting season becomes emotionally exhausting. You begin asking yourself, if God has something good for me, then why is it taking so long? But maybe God is not only delaying the blessing, maybe He is preparing you for it too. Because some blessings are not only about receiving something, they are also about being emotionally ready to handle it. Sometimes God delays timing so a person can become stronger. Sometimes so they can detach from the wrong things. And sometimes so they can learn deeper trust in Him. This is not easy to understand, especially when the heart is tired of waiting. But not every delay is rejection. Sometimes delay is preparation. And maybe right now, your soul is quietly being prepared. Your life feels confusing right now. If your heart feels restless, if everything feels uncertain, then maybe this is not the end. Maybe God is starting something new in your life. Sometimes before a new blessing arrives, a person becomes emotionally uncomfortable because the old life is ending and the new one has not fully appeared yet. That in-between season creates confusion. A person feels like everything is falling apart. But in reality, maybe everything is quietly being rearranged. God often changes a person's heart before changing their life. And maybe the restlessness inside you right now is not punishment. Maybe it is a sign that God is leading you somewhere greater than you ever imagined. And maybe your new blessing is already closer than you think. Sometimes a person's exhaustion does not begin in the body, but in the soul. You continue doing everything normally, meeting people, smiling, living your daily life. Yet deep inside, an emptiness remains. The things that once excited you no longer feel the same. The same world, the same people, the same routine, but something inside you has changed. And maybe that is the moment where confusion begins. A person starts asking, what is happening to me? Why do I feel emotionally tired of everything? But sometimes this is not burnout. Sometimes God begins detaching a person's heart from temporary worldly things. Because when God wants to lead someone toward a new blessing, He first creates emptiness inside them so they stop finding satisfaction in old things. And maybe your restlessness is not punishment, but the first sign of a new spiritual beginning.